First reading. A reading from the book of Romans, chapter 10, verses 9 onwards. Brethren, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with the heart one believes and is justified, and with the mouth one confesses and is saved. For the scripture says, everyone who believes in him will not be put to shame, for there is no distinction between Jew and Greek. For the same Lord is Lord of all, bestowing his riches on all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how are they to believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how are they to hear without someone preaching? And how are they to preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news, but they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed what he has heard from us? So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. But I ask, have they not heard? Indeed they have. For their voice has gone out to all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. Second reading. A reading from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 4, verses 18 onwards. At that time, while walking by the Sea of Galilee, Jesus saw two brothers, Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. And he came to them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Immediately they left their nets and followed him. And going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, in the boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. And he called them. Immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. This is the word of the Lord. In today's Bible study, we read about the call of the disciples, Peter and Andrew, John and James. When Jesus called, they left behind their occupation, their means of livelihood, their families, and their security. They understood instantly that following Jesus was a liberating experience and a call to do greater things. Jesus calls people for his work, not according to their merits, but to make them into what he wants them to be. Every Christian has received the same call to follow Jesus and to gather people and nations for God. Our vocation in the Christian faith demands of us that we proclaim the good news and become instrumental in establishing the reign of God in people's hearts and in gathering them for God, thereby guaranteeing their salvation. The first reading says that by believing with our heart, we are put right with God. By confessing the faith with our lips, we are saved. In other words, all those who believe and proclaim what they believe are saved. Let us share our faith with those around us and thus become real followers of Jesus.